Today's video is going to be very similar to the previous week. Basically, I'm only going to talk about the collection continuations. So last week, Sandbox released. I'd streamed for about 5 to 6 hours. I was tired. I didn't have that much time. So last week, I literally only talked about the collection continuations. It went on for about 45 minutes, which is quite a fair bit faster than usual. And, well, quite a lot of people did happen to prefer that. So today, I'm not rushed for time. I'm not tired. I'm just going to go through this, look at only the collection continuations. I just want to see how fast it is. Now, it's not really a matter of I want to be fast. It's just being honest with you. I don't like going through every single skin. I don't like the small talk. Oh, that looks nice. Oh yeah, that has promise and whatnot. I want to talk about collection continuations. That's the main focus I want to talk about. But having to look at every single thing, I mean, can't you do that? I'm just saying. So again, I'm just going to test it out. I'm only going to talk about collection continuations today. But there's a nice little preview of all the interesting skins that are submitted from notable skin creators, usually people that are of the quality standard to actually get skins accepted in Rust stores. Understood? Right, so if we get the collection link for the May 5, 2026 batch of skins, well, by all means, just look at the description right now. Look at the very top. You'll see the collection link is provided. And yeah, feel free to go ahead and look at all those skins in your own time. But of course, I'm only going to focus talking about the collection continuations, so sit back and relax. Let's start off with Deployables. Now, with May 4 swipe literally just around the corner, we're expecting the first ever electric furnace skins to be accepted. And of course, throughout the month of May 2026, we're going to see quite a lot of them being accepted. Which ones though? Ooh, well, I've actually already made a tweet about this, so as I navigate over to here, it actually got around fairly nicely. Almost 14,000 people have viewed this. I made a fuss saying, well, start looking. Currently, as of now, I do believe we actually have 16 electric furnaces available right now. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to go over to here, take a look, and yeah, 16. Cool. So, of course, in the past, we've seen some interesting collection continuations already. And, of course, with what we see right here, oh, look, it's the Pirate electric furnace. Pirates had electricity? What? Hey, it looks cool. I like the scary white glow. Oh, that's pretty spooky. So, alright, that's looking pretty sweet. Let's now go to SCMM.app, look up the Pirate collection, how all the deployables in this set currently doing. Oh wow, they're actually doing pretty good. Bed's doing wonderful, garage door's doing wonderful, sheep in the door's doing amazing, large box could be better, but I'm surprised by that. Furnace could be better as well. Then again, that's from a third-party site I'm noticing there. But overall, honestly, this collection is in demand. I really wouldn't be surprised if that electric furnace also works out very nicely as well. But what will actually be the first ever electric furnace to be accepted? Well, let me just point this out. You might have 2 in the same store. You might actually have 0. Don't be surprised if that potentially happens. But at the very least, at least 1 week in May 2026, we'll very likely have 2 electric furnaces. And of course, the focus start of the month as well as the pump shotgun. Don't be surprised if we have a week where there's 2 pump shotguns being accepted. Alright? Cool. So opinions, please. What do you think? And I will sit here and say, if that were to be accepted, I'm not sure if it's going to have a massive impact on the pre-existing skins. But, well, as a whole, Pirate collection is in demand. And of course, as we get closer and closer to July and August, the summer peak, I just can't help but assume the majority of those skins are going to go up in price ever so nicely. So, this will be a lovely welcome addition. Do you like it? Feel free to comment below. And if you really happen to like it, consider voting yes or no. Maybe even consider offering a nice little comment. Over to here, it's a second attempt for the bamboo cage fridge. We've just seen the barbecue being accepted. And, well, I guess you can't say no to that then. Couldn't hurt to try. But here's a good question to ask you, the viewer. What bamboo skin would you like to see being made next? I just randomly thought of a spinning wheel. I'm not sure if that could be done. Well, couldn't hurt to try, I guess. Does anyone want that? What about a water purifier? How'd that work? How'd that whole border? Anyway, bamboo cage fridge, an interesting transparent design. We have had transparent fridges before. Wouldn't be the first time. But let's just quickly go ahead and point out. Yep, there we go. There's the barbecue collection. The barbecue collection. The bamboo collection. There we go. Thank you. Brain not work good. So I have been making quite a fuss about this recently. I've made 2 short videos about it. First one just showcasing it, but the second one was showcasing its transparency. When you cook with this, Well, the lid's upwards, isn't it? But it's see-through. It's transparent. So if it's on, people can't shoot through it. So could you use that as like a little barricade? But we'll see what becomes of that. Anyway, only the locker's doing all right. With this appearing, it didn't really change that much here. It really didn't change that much. So I'm not sure if a fridge is going to really have that much of an impact. Locker would probably appreciate it. Barbecue, I'm sure, as well. Just not sure about these two. They're just kind of stuck in a weird limbo at the moment. Shrug. Regardless, if you like what you see, if you're a fan, consider showing support. Best of luck to Corey and Sodsender. Let's see what becomes of that. Also, I should also say best of luck to 1 on JM34633. I'm so sorry. Okay, moving on. Now, what we have here probably opens the door to a lot of interesting potential things in the future. Because what we have here is a collaboration. Now, it's not like skin creators working with each other. I'm not, that happens all the time. No, it's a collection. 2 collections. Oh. So what we have here is both the Temple collection and the base box collection. So, of course, just to clarify, base boxes are made by Mr. 38. And the Temple collection... Oh, there you go, I meant to click that, sorry. And then, of course, the Temple collection... You know, that collection that still doesn't have tier 2 and hoodie and pants. You know, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. People are going to start complaining now. This as well. They've combined to make a pretty interesting design. It is the jungle base box with some temple doors on each side. One side with a sheet in the door, one side with a garage door. That's a pretty interesting approach. But upon seeing this, I started to question myself. Have I actually seen anything like this before? I don't think so. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I go out, ask people on Twitter. What collections would you like to see to collaborate to make an interesting skin? So think of like 2 collections, then think of an item. What thing would you like to make? So I like Cheese's one. Senior Tomato and the From Hell collection. Tomato from Hell. But what specific item would that be, huh? That would be a pretty funny Halloween idea. And of course, I've mentioned this many times already. Hazma and Popstar Sheet Metal Double Door collaboration. They will fight. But, that'd be a cool idea. What else? We've got Whiteout and Abyss. White Abyss sounds really cool. White Abyss sounds really cool. But, yeah. Sosnick just says Brutalist. I don't think he understood the idea. Gothic Veil and Dungeon collection. That sounds like a cool idea. Hologram and Porcelain collection. That sounds like a pretty wacky idea. So, yeah, I asked the people. They got curious. Are you curious? So why don't I ask you the question as well? If you could think of 2 collections and a result, so basically an item in particular, what would you like to see? Anyway, focusing this, that's a perfectly fine looking design. I'm not sure if it's going to have a massive impact on the Temple collection. That's not exactly doing super amazing right now. And, in regards to the base box collection, unfortunately, these haven't really done very nicely over the years. Yeah, it's been out since 2024. We're also missing the wood one. It's supposed to be here, but I guess another account was the lead in that one. The point still remains. I don't think that's going to have a dramatic impact. But aside from that, what's been done here today could potentially have a massive impact for future interesting ideas. So, okay. I'll wait and see what happens next then. So what other interesting collection collaborations could we see in the future? I'm looking forward to finding out. Over to here, we've got the Hologram large box, and at the same time, I should probably also point out, we've got the Pirate's Hoard large box. 2 interesting glow-in-the-dark designs, 2 interesting themes. Now, I should also clarify, there's actually 2 versions of the Hologram large box, but I just picked the one with transparency, because, well, I guess that's the thing people mostly care about. So, yes, we have a very interesting blue era design, and yes, it does look as if it's floating. Let's just get a good side view look at you. Come on, show me, show me, show me. Why aren't they showing the side? I mean, that's probably the best we're going to get. And as you'll see there, yeah, it's got like a big gap inside of it, which looks cool. It does look cool. Now, alternatively, we've got a pirate-themed large box. That looks nice. Got all the coins at the top. Yep, you've got your little trusty Yoka. His run. What? But yes, that's a welcome addition to that locker we saw not too long ago. This is a welcome addition to that furnace we saw not too long ago. So let's go ahead and look up the hologram. I did not type that correctly. Hedge is not looking good right now. Okay, so yes, this went down in price. What? It sold for $2.49 now. No, no. So it looks like some people just didn't fully trust it, and well, I kind of don't blame them to a point, because whilst we have seen collection continuations being submitted somewhat recently, none of them have been accepted so far. Could the large box be the difference? I honestly believe if we see at least one hologram deployable being accepted, that will spike them on, spike a price ever so nice. It's not like I'm seeing dumping. It's not like I see big fat stacks of quantity. No. I think that could actually still work out quite alright. Do you have the faith? We'll see. So, alright, cool. It's understandable. So moving on from there, we also happen to have the Pirates Hoard. So Pirates Hoard, do I have to search for it specifically? Right, there's the locker. This locker sold for $2.49. This is down to $1.70. So I'm guessing similar things. Fortunately, with a lack of a brand new deployable collection continuation, yeah, people just get impatient and they just start selling. Again, hardly any listings, no big fat quantities, with just one brand new deployable collection continuation. It really could change things around for this. So, alright, cool. Well, if you're feeling optimistic, maybe consider jumping in. Maybe consider jumping in on the furnace, or maybe consider jumping in on that locker. Either way, which one's your favourite? Which one do you reckon has a better chance of potentially being accepted? Best of luck to Michael, CD and Montana, and of course, best of luck to Sieges. Well then, I recommend you go ahead and look at my YouTube, go to my short videos, and watch my video showcasing the Wrought Iron Sheet Matador. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. This has probably gone too far. It's 2 long windows of transparency. Now, I had someone on TikTok say, oh, but it's covered. And I can still see through it perfectly fine. So, of course, you'll see that in the short video. But yeah, that is that might be taking things a little bit too far. Now, when I recommended the idea, I thought putting transparency only on the bottom might be passable. Might be allowed, if you know what I'm talking about. This right here seems a little bit too much. But then again, I respect him for giving it a shot. Because you never know what Face Puncher's thinking. We did see that wooden double door being accepted somewhat recently. But that was a wooden double door. Sheet metal doors tend to be a lot more reliable. Sheet metal doors tend to be used quite a lot as well. And if that were to be accepted, oh. I don't even have to sit here and talk about the collection. I know that'll turn into a massive profit. But then again, how much of it would be bought? That is an absurd pay-to-win skin. But let's go ahead and look at the Wrought Iron skins. Let's go ahead and take a look at you. Wrought Iron. Well, it's kind of gone back down again. This was doing pretty good. This was doing pretty good. This was doing pretty good. Well, we had this in the Rust store last week. Well, it's not the Rust store anymore. Uh-oh. Down, down, down. Not dramatically down bad. Just, well, could be better. So, yeah, when we see new skins being accepted, well, it does a lot better. And, of course, when we have to wait, oh, God forbid I have to wait, prices start to go down a fair bit. We could still see the chair. We could still see the table. Small box, rug, you never know. You never know. But that door, oh, boy. I do believe all of these could have an impact, causing all of this to spike a price ever so nice. Independently, that sheet in the door probably will cause a lot of problems. Yeah, I think a lot of people want it, but I think the smart people realise that's just taking things a little bit too far. Take it away, cook on it again, maybe just be a little bit more discreet with your transparency. So, Domch, not hating, I'm just like, maybe it's too much. Your opinion, please, viewer. Offer your opinion. Comment below. Then we have the Flamebearer armoured door. A very interesting artistic approach. A very cool looking visual. So yes, that's a perfectly fine looking collection continuation from Mr. Nui. Look at the glow. Ooh, look at that. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty cool. Alright. Where only glows around where the fire is. Yeah, you want me over there. Right, so Flamebearer. We had the wooden door. Unfortunately, it's a wooden door, so obviously I'm going to sit here and say I don't trust it. Like, right now, it's actually performing better compared to most wooden doors. It's just, well, I don't really expect it to climb up that much with a new arrival. This has happened many times in the past with wooden doors, which then become part of a collection. I don't fully trust it, I'm sorry to say. by all means, that was an awesome looking skin, and I'm sure a lot of people bought it because they genuinely wanted it. But if we're going to question, you know, if we see the armored door being accepted, will that spike a price anytime soon? I'm not really sure. Let alone, I think the better answer to say would be, I know it wouldn't hold. Because again, many instances in the past where a wooden door comes out fairly early in a collection, and whilst it might initially have some interest when a new skin is accepted, after a while it just goes down regardless. So I'm very happy to see Nui has been at this for a while now. He's been producing some very interesting skins. Double door couldn't hurt. Honestly, maybe go for a wooden double door. Maybe add a little bit of transparency where the fire is at the bottom or something. I'm just saying, that might be pretty cool. I'm just saying. So, a little bit of transparency on the bottom. Couldn't hurt to try. Make alternate versions. You're more than welcome to do so. So, yeah, alright, best luck to Nui then. Let's see what becomes of that. That's a very nice looking armored door, sir. Keep up the good work. Right, so that's the end of the deplorables. Now we move on to weapons and tools. So, Serpent Weave collection. Well, that's an interesting looking longsword. I do believe we have two versions here. Yep. So, get a good look at that. I'm not sure what the difference is between them. I actually don't know. What is different? Oh, okay, so one of them's got... Okay, so that's the same picture. I see. So, you'll notice it here when you look at these. So, get a good look at that. And then get a good look at that. This has like an outline. This removes the outline. I see it now. Okay, cool. Regardless, that's a longsword. When was the last time we had a longsword? Well, let's go ahead and find out. 2018, right? It's the Aztec. Yep. So I'm wrong, but I'm only slightly wrong. This came out towards the very end of 2017. It's December, so I wasn't too far off from 2018. Shut up. But yeah, we haven't had a longsword in a very, 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 very long time. So, okay. Well, you know what? How often do people use longswords? Well, there you go. But, you know, it couldn't hurt to try, you know, couldn't hurt to have some options, you know. It'd be pretty cool, just saying. Anyway, Serpent Weave, let's go take a look at you. Weren't you a combat knife? Serpent Weave. Oh, is it just you? Is it just you? Well, let's just quickly confirm that. Monomic. Oh, it's just you. Okay, wow. Well, that went down in price, didn't it? What price did you sell for? $2. Ooh, it's down to less than $1. Well, I'll sit here and say this. I'm not sure if a longsword would dramatically help this out, but independently, a longsword in a rust store after about, well, 9 years? That would be pretty cool. But hey, we'll see. So, props to Skin Creator giving it a shot. I'm pretty sure I asked them like ages ago. I'm happy to see it's actually happened. Will this actually be accepted though? Guess we're just going to wait and see. So, yep. Whichever version you prefer, feel free to go ahead and show support. Best luck to Monomic. Let's see if that works out nicely. Best luck to you, good sir. Now we have some tools. So, we've got the Fault tools right here, produced by Oasis and Mr. Isaac. A perfectly fine looking blue gemstone design with a lovely bit of metallic chiseled metal. Yes. Now, Fault collection. I don't believe that's holding up very nicely. Well, what do you mean? It's a weapon-only collection. Oh, okay. Yeah. Tools being added to a weapon-only collection would just basically stay the same, basically. I wouldn't be surprised if they were to be accepted. They'll probably just go down like that. It really wouldn't surprise me. Sorry to sound mean or anything, but then again, take a look at all the tool skins we've had recently. So look at hatchets, for example. Oh boy, down 53, down 30, down 55, down 63, down 22, down 62, and down only 4. Wow. Yeah, they tend to go down pretty bad. I don't actually know why. It is a surprise to me. But typically, hatchet and pickaxe skins, they just suffer. So, yeah. For me to sit here and say I don't really trust it that much, I don't think it'll cause the pre-existing skins to spike demands, and I don't think these will go up in price anytime soon. Regardless, they still look nice. They still look cool. And I'm quite disappointed to see that this collection didn't really take off, because I'm very much under the impression that's a nice looking set. Well, keep up the good work, you two. Why not consider some armour? Why not consider some deplorables? Couldn't hurt to try. Best luck to you. Now we have the modern military salvaged axe. Okay, yeah, I'm happy to see it. Guess we'll be seeing a salvaged Icepick sometime soon as well. So, all right, cool. Let's go take a look at the military collection. This right here has been around for quite some time. Get a good look at that. All the tools and the weapons are down a price hedge, except the LR. Oof. Right, well, yeah. I don't think the Salvaged Axe is going to save any of that, I'm sorry to say. Salvaged axes, in general, still not really sure how to approach them, because I have noticed a bit of a pattern. That came out, it was holding its value quite alright for a while. This came out, this is still holding its value. This came out, that was struggling and suffering. This was in the positive. This comes out, that's down in price and struggling. This is in the positive. Guess what happens when another Salvaged Axe potentially gets accepted? Well, this will probably go down, and then that will be in the positive. So, it's weird, isn't it? Yep. It's a brand new Skinnable. By default, I don't fully trust them. But by all means, if you're looking for a pretty cool looking design, I think Robstar's made a pretty cool looking Salvaged Axe. So, yeah, if you're a fan of that, if you like what you see, consider showing support. Best of luck to Mr. Robstar and Mr. Diaz. Now, interestingly, we just looked at that Salvaged Axe from the previous week. We now have an Icepick. An Icepick counterpart. Yes, we have the Sunbaked Salvaged Icepick. Okay. Could we have the first ever true salvaged pairing? Well, let's just go to the previous week and take a look at that Salvaged Axe. Yep, well, at the moment, this is currently holding up quite nicely. Again, there's that weird pattern, but maybe it might change now if we were to see a counterpart. If we were to have a true, proper duo. So, okay, only 10 listings. Barter's only got up to a certain point. We'll see what happens, but will we actually see that Icepick being accepted? Got to wait and see. So, I'm curious, I'm interested, but will it actually happen? What do you reckon? Difficult blow? Best of luck to Say Chains and Demon. Let's see if it happens. Mecha Jackhammer. So that's an interesting metallic design. That's looking pretty cool. And of course, it's a collection continuation for what we currently have in the Rust store right over to here, that being the Mecha Axe. So, okay. Interesting. Quite a lot of discussion in regards to certain Salvaged Axes. But anyway, again, I'm still not sure what to think in regards to this. Still not fully sure what to expect. I mean, maybe it'll end up like this next week. Probably. Would that be a smart thing to chase after then? Well, at the very least, it's abnormal. So we can have that discussion tomorrow when we do the abnormal barters. I'm just saying it might be better. So we'll see what becomes of that. But that is looking nice. Right? This is a fairly decently selling skin. It's got an interesting bit of transparency right there. And what we have over to here is a lovely looking sequel. But would it actually cause the Salvaged Axe to spike on spike price ever so nicely if that were to be accepted? There's the question. Is this an actual in-demand collection, per se? But regardless, best of luck to Mr. Camo Legend. What could he make next that will interest you? Maybe a door or two, I guess. Mecha doors? Sure, why not? It's up to you, though. Best luck to Camo Legend. Now, what do we have over to here? Oh, you know, it's just another transparent redemption weapon skin. Now, I should clarify, there's actually a second version which isn't transparent, but I thought I'd only share this one because this one looks cool. Sorry. But yes, much like what we've seen currently in the Rust store, we have another transparent bow potentially on the horizon. Maybe they don't pick this one, though. Maybe they'll just pick the standard version. We'll see. We'll see. But redemption weapons, they have been performing quite nicely over the past few years. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Redemption. How you holding up? Oh, that's doing good. That's doing good. That could be better. That's doing good. 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 That could be better. That's doing good. 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 Could be better. Good. 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 That's a lot of good. That's a lot of green. Well, actually, no, it's a lot of red. What do you mean? Shut up. Anyway. So, yes. Right now, we've just gone through the Easter dip. To be honest with you, it was only March, but still, the point remains. We're now getting closer and closer and closer to July and August. That's just looking perfectly fine. That's just looking perfectly A-OK. So, looking back over to here with this bow, I'm not sure if that'll have a dramatic impact on all the skins, but seeing consecutive skin acceptances in such a fairly short amount of time, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So, yeah. Honestly, I think that would be a very welcome addition. But what do you think? Do you truly want to see more of this cranberry red sheen in your hands. Are you a fan of its design? Are you a fan of the collection? Feel free to comment below and feel free to go ahead and show support. Best of luck to Mr. Slanoster. I think they actually might have a positive boost. It'd be a bit of a positive boost for the set. So, all right, cool. Let's move on. Oh, well, I mean, I just referenced the bow. Well, you're going to have to do it again because what we have right here is a very interesting transparent crossbow. Got aim down. Aim down. What are you doing? Shino. We don't need artistic views and whatnot. Aim it down. What are you doing? Oh, but I could shoot like here. I could shoot like there. And I could shoot like that. No. Aim down. I might have to go make a short video about it now, but anyway. Shino, aim it down. That's not aiming down. That's like to the side. I want to see the full view. That's what people want to see. You have a transparent crossbow. Show it off. All right, anyway, so to be honest with you, based on how I'm looking at it, because that's the best I can be able to do, whilst it has transparency, I don't think it like matches up to Stinger, for example, based on what I'm looking at. Regardless, it still has some transparency in it. Very likely could be a nice boost for what we currently have in the roster right now. And that, of course, being the Eye of the Sahara hunting bow. Now, that right there is a collection content. No, it's an abnormal skin. And with the possibility of a collection continuation, there you go. That might give it a nice boost. That might help it out. And it's not selling a lot. It's selling fairly tamely. So, okay. That's cool. Not going to complain. Well, other than the lack of an aim down picture. Anyway, so, hey, it's nice to see. It looks pretty cool. But please, if you're going to have a transparent weapon, aim down. I don't need artistic views. I need an aim down the sight image. All right, cool. Rant over. Moving on with my life. Oh boy. Okay, that looks nice. So I'll just quickly remind all of you, the focused item of the month for May 2026 is the pump shotgun. And it's not just that, because we also happen to have... Oh. I don't want to constantly make short videos of all the Popstar skins, but if that gets accepted, I'm not going to stop myself, right? You got the little gremlin face in the back. What do you mean? Don't be mean, Hedge. Don't be mean. I mean, it's literally right there. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Anyway. So, all right, cool. I know you might sit there and say, why aren't you complaining about the lack of a name down the sight image here? It's a pump shotgun. I mean, oh, wow. I've got a little bit more transparency potentially. No. Shut up. Anyway, yep, that's a perfectly fine, colourful look design. And this right here, oh, it's a stylish, lovely antique approach. That is looking ever so nice. That is looking ever so polished, I guess you could say. I do like you can see a bit of erosion there and whatnot. That is a nice touch. That is a pretty cool looking design right there. But let me also point this out to you. Let's just quickly hop over to the collection. Yep, here we go. How many pump shotguns do you reckon were submitted? Let's just quickly pause from here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then there's the previous week and the week before that and whatnot. Yep, there's a lot of shotguns, pump shotguns available to be picked. What will actually be selected, though? It's quite the competition. So, yes, I just want to get across that there's a lot of options available. But with the skin that we're going to showcase next, you'll be laughing a little bit, maybe. What do you mean? Don't worry, I'll show it to you in a second. Right, so back over to here. Didn't we just literally have an antique Ioka? Yes, we did. Oh, it's down in price. Oh, that's a shame. I thought that looked nice. Well, now that we have potentially an antique pump shotgun on the horizon, well, that's looking pretty sweet. Oh, apparently that pump shotgun has a transparent aim sight. Does it really matter? Does it? Oh, I see what he's done. Because I didn't see it initially. No, he's put a hole inside it. Does that really matter? Does to me. Anyway, moving on. So, not sure what to expect. When this was accepted, this hardly budged. If this were to be accepted, would this budge? Do we need to see Antique Tier 3? Tier 2? Oh, Zinc. I think that might be a welcome idea. Well, we'll see. It's up to him. And then, of course, we have Popstar. I mean, you don't just scroll down. It's right there. Oh, yeah, true. Well, Pump Shotgun, Tier 3, anything really. If anything were to be accepted, I think all of that will go up in price quite nicely. It's been very weird recently. This should be in the positive, now be in the negative. And now this is in the positive, and that's in the negative. And then, like, tomorrow, switch again. I don't know what's going on with these two skins, but everything else here is just doing wonderful. That's back up to $9 again, is it? Wow, that's looking pretty good. But to my surprise, right? Popstar Sheep Nador. You really aren't selling that much. I might have to go buy a lot of these Sheep Nadors just to make sure it sells enough, right? I'll be there for her, okay? Shut up! All right, anyway. So, yes. Surprisingly, that isn't selling that much, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow when we do the abnormal barters. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people buy it on Thursday. Just saying. So, okay, understandable. So, yep, both those pump shotguns, perfectly fine looking designs, antique and a very nice approach, or colourful and joyful anime. Which do you prefer? Maybe you might prefer a double barrel shotgun instead. What? Yep. Mr. Vase noticed everybody was doing pump shotguns, and he thought, you know what? I'm going to go do a double barrel shotgun. He wanted to have a transparent aim sight, and my goodness, did he pull it off. Look at that. Now, I've actually made a short video of this. You might sit here and say, oh, wow, that's going to be super helpful. Maybe during the day. That night time, I couldn't see the double barrel shotgun very well. It's like a very dark purple, which was to my surprise. But other than that, I'm sure a lot of people would welcome a brand new Heatseeker skin because, well, couldn't hurt to have a Heatseeker Summer 2.0 2026. I'm just saying. So all of that's in the positive. All of these skins are like slowly going back up to their peak prices again. It's May. I'm not sure what's going on, but I am surprised. So Heatseeker SKS, you were a recent addition. It doesn't have a transparent aim sight, and yet even then, I would be surprised that actually manages to get up close to its rust price again this upcoming summer. More specifically around July and August. I've said this many times throughout the video, but you've got to be prepared. Usually during July and August, a lot of skins will peak in price. Keep an eye on that one. And keep an eye on this. Wow, you're doing very, very, very good. So regards to the double barrel shotgun, not sure if it will have a genuine massive impact on those skins because they're already high in price, but it would be nice to see more of the set. Now, what other weapon skin would you like to see being made whilst we're here? What would you think would be a very welcome addition? Feel free to comment below. I'm pretty sure Mr. Vazes will be reading your comments. What weapon do you need the most right now? We've had a revolver, we've had a sap, we've had a python, a yoker? Sure, why not? Why not swords? Sure, why not? I mean, combat knife? Yeah, sure, let's go. So we'll see what becomes of that. But the collection's already doing very, very nicely. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. Well, it's a resubmission, it's a version 2. So over to here, we have an exquisite specimen available for $3.49. It just so happens to be the optimized AK-47. A very nice white design with a very interesting bit of transparency. Yeah, people have been liking that and people have been buying that. I will remind you, we have seen 35,500 subscribers on the Comics AK-47 5 years ago. 5 years later, oh boom, looks like the exact same thing is going to happen here as well. I believe that's going to work out all right regardless. But with a potential collection behind it, I'm just saying, I think people might go a little bit crazy and probably buy tons of these. So it does have slight pointed parts here. I'm not sure if everyone's going to take a liking to that, but that is pretty much fully transparent. That is pretty much equal to a Heatseeker SKS. SAR. Sorry. So, yes, that looks perfectly fine. That's looking to be a wonderful addition, and I do believe that'll give the AK-47 a lovely boost. But whilst we're here, we should also point out, how's that Python doing? Is that improved? No, it's still bad. Oof, that's still bad. But you? Oh, I'm looking forward to finding out how good you're going to do. So that's the discussion for tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, we'll look at the sales. We'll discuss the possibility of the SAR being accepted. We'll see how it is. All right, cool. Abnormal Barders tomorrow. I will be on stream. Look in the description. You'll see the link to my Twitch. And now we finish the weapons and the tools with two notable SKS skins. Comics SKS and, of course, Abyss has made an SKS as well. Alright, so you got the scary and ferocious creature. No transparency here, though. And you've got the ever so cool comics style And do I have an aim down the sight image? I would prefer... Oh, no, there you go. That's better. Thank you. All right. See, it's so simple. Just aim at the sky. I can see everything now. Perfect. All right, cool. Both of them have standard aim sights. I'm not sure if we're going to see another transparent aim sight SKS anytime soon. Do we need it? Anyway, so honestly, that'd be welcome. A pure white SKS. We have had options already for that, I guess you could say. But, I mean, it's not going to stop skin creators continuing their own sets. Comics has been around for years, so, all right, cool. We have waited a while for a new skin to be accepted, though. We should probably point that out. Yeah, boots and gloves were the last skins to be accepted back in 2023. And they're doing pretty good. And they're doing pretty good, the hoodie pants. I know the skin creator tried for a jacket, tier 2, tier 3, tried. Seems face punch like... We don't want camouflage skins. Please stop. No, go away. Ah. What else can you do? Well, you can still make some weapon skins and whatnot. So, if you're a fan of the comics collection and you like what you see here, well, by all means, consider show support. Best of luck to Mr. Legacy. Let's see if that works out nicely. And of course, with its competition, Abyss has been doing very nicely over the past couple of years. I'm not sure if that's going to stop. So, let's also point out SKSs in general, first of all. How many have we seen since it first became Skinnable? Oh, that's a lot. First became Skinnable back in February. It is now the beginning of May, and we've already seen 11 skins accepted in total. That is a lot. That's a lot. So, yeah. Is that out of like a possible 12 to 13 rustors? Yeah, that's starting to become a problem, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what. We saw quite a lot of jackhammers, didn't we? But I still looked at the Abyss Jackhammer and thought, whilst it might suffer for a bit, I could still see that work out quite all right because the collection is in demand. I believe this will only do better once it's July and August. Yeah, July and August. I said it like 5 times already, but yes. That is a collection that always does very nicely when times are good, when people turn up to play Rust, right? So I believe the SKS would also be a welcome addition, and I'm sure it will be appreciated. So, all right, cool. Let's now move on and talk about the clothing and the armour. Naval Camo Backpack. Yes, I would like that. Thank you. Give it to me. So, of course, we saw the success of the Naval Camo. We've technically got a full collection. There could be some nice additions. So a backpack would be appreciated. Some tactical gloves would be appreciated. A jacket. But what else? If you have the opportunity right now to sit there and ask for a brand new Naval Camo skin, what would you like to ask for? Does it have to be clothing armour? Would you like a weapon or tool? Would you like a door, perhaps? I honestly think Naval Camo door would be appreciated. You can put it on your boat. It makes so much sense. But it'll be blue. Yes, let's have rugs as well. We'll put Naval Camo rugs all over the boat so people can't see you in the water. It's a foolproof plan, all right? So anyway, moving on from there, I think the backpack would be appreciated. I'm still surprised about the tier 2. In fact, let me just quickly hop over to my YouTube because I've actually uploaded a video today, quite literally talking about its release. Profit review for March 5, 2026, quite literally like 2 months ago, and I'm still surprised with what happened. Unfortunately, the tier 2 was the middle child. The neglected middle child. So, basically, it came out after the first skin that was accepted, or rather the first group. So, Hoodie Pants comes out first, tier 2 second, tier 3 last. And, well, with these core groups, with this selling the most, you'd imagine this would suffer the most. But it got all these boosts when tier 2, tier 3, boots and gloves were accepted. Well, that's the most expensive right now. And this right here, that sold the least amongst these. So that's looking to be in a very good position for now. And you, well, you're in the middle. You don't have the most sales. You don't have the least amount of sales. You're stuck in the middle. Uh-oh, you're neglected. But what also doesn't help, this came out during March. This came out during the Easter dip. And I'm very much under the impression, with it having so many listings, it's probably due to the fact that that's when people were panicking. It came out during a bad time, and people have never removed their listings. So if you're one of those people, consider removing your listings. Anyway, a backpack being accepted. Could it cause all of this to spike on spike in price? To be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me. You might want to look at the tier 2 then, because I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to go up regardless. Like, if you truly believe that this is going to work out nicely as we go through the summertime, if you truly believe there'll be a good future with Naval Camo, couldn't hurt to jump onto it. It's actually looking to be very thin right here. That could easily climb all the way back up to about $2.50, back up to its rust or price. But will it? Is the collection in demand? Do we need a rug to cover our boats in naval camo? I want to see it happen now. I want to see it happen. I might have to ask for it. It's so silly, but I will do it. I will make it happen. Anyway, backpack, you look cool. You look nice. And by all means, comment below. Do you like what you see? Best of luck to Mishka and Svonspa. Now over to here. Oh, yes. It's exquisite. It is the tempered tactical gloves. So, yeah. Okay, that'd be cool. That'd be nice. Then you take a look at the tempered collection and you realise, oh, wow, probably had better days. The clothing and armour isn't in demand. The face mask is, but that was an interesting addition years and years and years ago. In late 2016, this was accepted all by itself, no chest plate with it. And it's been one of the core interesting skins that a lot of people bought over time. They eventually ballooned to a high price of $200+. And well, we did eventually see the other pieces, and of course the chest plate. Chest plate selling far too much in comparison to the face mask, which led to it going down in price real bad. So anyway, that right there, you're the only clothing armor piece that's actually like interesting to people. Yeah, I know the kilt's like slightly in the positive. Oh, the hoodie's actually not doing too bad. What about the pants? Ooh, it's not too bad really. Maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe tactical gloves could have a bit of an impact. But overall, tempered clothing and armour has not been doing very nicely over the years, aside from the face mask, really. So, I'm not really sure if it's going to have a massive, huge, wonderful, positive impact, which leads to everybody wanting to wear tempered collection. But hey, it'll be a nice addition. Those are some nice, shiny-looking gloves. So, best luck to Mr. Milho Frito and Sakatis Emilias. Let's see if that works out nicely. And now it's HellCore Tier 3. Yeah, it's just basically returned. It is a resubmission. I haven't noticed any changes from what we see here, and that's totally fine. Skin creators are allowed to do that. I think they just had to wait a month, then they can resubmit. So, of course, in the Rust store right now, we have the HellCore hoodie and pants. Perfectly situated down there because, well, it's a pretty interesting Rust store. Quite a lot of skins are getting a lot of attention, and this has led to the hoodie and pants not getting that many sales. I've already put out a short video quite literally discussing this. That's fine. You could get all the attention. That's good. Get all those high sales. That's fine. This right here, if it does get a collection continuation, if it's going to be the Tier 3, could be Tier 2, could be boots and gloves at some point in the future, I just can't help but assume then people like, it'll click for them and then they'll realise, oh, hang on a minute, that could actually turn into a collection. And that'll very likely get bought out. And whatever comes out second, I would be surprised. I just wouldn't be surprised. From there, all the other skins will sell more than hoodie and pants. So I look at this and I do consider it to be a blackout alternative option. That being any black clothing armor set that appears after blackout. So of course you're going to be thinking, wait, hang on a minute, didn't we just literally have black ops as well? Yep. Won't be the first time we have two options available around the same time. About 2 years ago we had Commando and Black Diamond. Well, they worked out perfectly fine. So, I'm just saying, it's in a very good spot. Tier 3's on the workshop again. Perhaps we'll see Tier 2 eventually. I wouldn't rush it, Delarai, but I wouldn't leave it too long either. I mean, keep making some interesting weapon skins. I'm all for it. But yes, that is in a very, very, very interesting spot, especially considering that we have seen a lot of acceptances for this collection. So, if you're feeling pretty confident and hopeful and whatnot, when we do the abnormal barders tomorrow, I think we might want to jump in and buy a bunch of these. If everything lines up perfectly, especially considering Black Ops already has 2 sets accepted so far, 2 pieces, so basically Tier 2 and Tier 3. It only needs the hoodie and pants, technically speaking. Boots and gloves, of course, would be a welcome addition, but from here on now, HellCore, Tier 3, Tier 2, yeah, they're not going to get in the way of each other, fingers crossed. So, alright, cool, I'm looking forward to it. That's in a very good spot. I'm feeling pretty confident. And that's pretty much everything in regards to all the skins for this week. So, by all means, go through the whole collection and please tell me, right? Which of these skins happens to be your most favourite? Which ones do you reckon has a very good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? So, yep, feel free to offer what you would like to see. Right. So, in regards to our speed today, it seems to be very similar compared to the previous week. I'm not sure if we had more to talk about today. That's the thing. We did have quite a lot of collection continuations, but honestly, I did like the flow. I thought it was a lot more straight to the point, more efficient. Do you like it this way? Do you prefer it if I only talk about collection continuations? Well, I'm also going to sit here and talk about what we see on micro522.com, the top scoring skins so far for this week, or rather, the skins that are submitted for this week. So, Electric Furnace on top for the Pirate Collection, a score of 73.5. That is high. The upvotes compared to downvotes, oh wow, whoa, 7.42. Now, following that, we had the Wrought Iron Sheet Door, the Hologram large box that's got full transparency. We've got a Crypt Door right here that's made by a skin creator who I'm not following. Oh, there's Bestaz. Oh, I might need to add that. Do I have that in my collection? Let's just double check. Oh, you got to go through this. You got to go scroll down. And seems I don't have that in my collection. Seems I probably should have that in my collection. Boom. Right, Bestaz, you've had a skin accepted. Yeah, that's what happens when someone who's never had a skin accepted before is, like, in charge. I don't see it. So, hey, now you see it. Ta-da! So, yep, Glass Lotus, Flamebearer, Sealed Hoard, Satchel, Optimized SAR. So you've got some very interesting skins right here. Wait, hang on a minute. Was that submitted? Whoa, was that submitted this week or last week? Oh no. I was supposed to talk about this. How come I didn't see it? That's weird. Well, guess what? We didn't miss it because we spotted it right here. Good job, Hedge. That's a very nice looking Thompson right there. It's a very nice shiny looking design. Sorry, Megaist. You must have been quite upset until this point. I'm so sorry. This is an annoying thing because sometimes not everything pops up super clearly to me when I look in the workshop. I sincerely apologise, but I didn't miss it, right? You should say thank you to all the people that are giving you some good upvotes. That's a perfectly fine looking addition. You might recall, about 2 weeks ago, we had a pretty cool looking AK-47. That, of course, being the Skip.exe AK-47. A very interesting, shiny design. We're expecting to see sequels. Well, lo and behold, we've just seen one. At the moment, whilst that sold for $2.49, that is actually doing pretty good in terms of retaining its value. People are appreciating this. But considering the AK we currently have in the Rust store, maybe it might not be holding up so nicely for a while. We'll see, right? So, that's only looking pretty good. A brand new weapon skin. I'm not going to say no to that. That might be pretty appreciated. So, cool. A nice, interesting thing to add, just as I thought I was finished with the video. Again, I'm very sorry. And again, let's just scroll down and make sure we add that into the collection. So, come on. Loading. Well, don't worry. I'll do that. Oh, there you go. Right, so you can go to May 5, 2026. Boom. Oh, good job, Hedge. Well done. All right, so yeah, some very interesting skins. Mr. Foxy with his wooden door. I showed that off in my special preview video. Little teddy bear thing right there in the hole. A very interesting bit of transparency. And it glows in the dark. It's quite creepy. Yes. Well, keep up the good work there, good sir. Hopefully you'll get your first ever skin accepted fairly soon. Yep, that's pretty much everything. So, cool stuff. Interesting. And don't forget to offer your opinions. Don't forget to comment below. You get the idea. And that's basically a wrap. So, tomorrow, Abnormal Barders. We'll look at all these skins and we'll make considerations. What potentially could be a nice investment. What prices we're going to offer with the Barders. And then afterwards, will we actually go ahead and buy some of these?